Icelandic schools teaching boys to be like girls and girls to be like boys. The expression boys will be boys is no longer the norm in Iceland. Some schools in Iceland are defying stereotypes in the name of equality by making boys play with dolls, paint their nails, and give messages, as the girls are encouraged to be noisy and jump from trees. A network of 20 nursery and elementary schools aim to counter stereotypic gendered roles and behaviors from an early age by using what's known as the Jali teaching model, HJLLI. Jali teaching model, which was founded by self-described radical feminist Margaret Peller Olafsdottir. While the country is consistently ranked first in the world for gender equality, the Jali model is considered progressive even in Iceland. RT reports, while still considered radical by Icelandic standards, the network has grown to cater to 8% of all nursery-age children in the country since the first school opened in 1989. The school's program sees boys and girls wear the same uniforms and play with gender-neutral toys. However, they are separated for most of the day in order to participate in activities that actively counter that of what is expected of them by current gender norms. For example, girls, who are considered more caring and helpful, are instead taken on activities that encourage them to be daring, take the initiative, and to be more individualistic, characteristics often associated with boys' play. Activities include climbing trees and walking barefoot in the snow without screaming. Okay. Boys, on the other hand, are treated far more mellowed games in an effort to develop male empathy. Activities include pretending to be a babysitter with rag dolls, painting their nails, as well as styling each other's hair and giving full body massages. That's quite dangerous, I would say. How would you style the other's hair? That means that their hair has to be longish. Quote, we want the girls to go out of the safe zone. We want to teach them to be noisy, to teach them to scream and jump and take place. Use their voice, end quote. The founder of Jali model, Margaret Palla Olafsdottir, said. And with the boys, we want to teach them not only the boys' culture. Olafsdottir, a self-described radical feminist, believes the reversed roles and separation of boys and girls allows the children to develop their personalities and interests without any outside pressure of conventional gender roles. Quote, the best way to get closer to equality is to admit the differences, end quote, Olafsdottir told NBC News. By constantly adhering to gender norms, Olafsdottir argues children run the risk of slipping into what she calls the blue and pink haze, something her educational model seeks to avoid. The haze, located at both ends of the spectrum, is when a child's natural strengths of their gender tip into that of a weakness. For boys, this can be seen as natural strength and power turn into anger and violence. Girls' sympathy and caring natures, meanwhile, can turn into that of self-pity and victimhood. By understanding what girls need and what boys need, teachers are better able to fight the weaknesses of overexposure to gendered activities with compensating exercises, Olafsdottir told a 2013 TED Talk. This then allows for the boys and girls to think how to talk to each other, how to show respect, and how to grow friendship through everyday interaction, she explained. This is by Neam Harris on your Newswire. And now let me tell you what was written in the Holy Bible in the Old Testament. There was a time where someone had a community of girls and boys dressed the same and looking exactly the same. Long hair, same clothes from the neck down to the floor, to their legs. They looked totally equal, especially the teenage boys before they had, entered puberty with whiskers, some kind of a fuzz on their face. Now, at one point, the person that did this with his community of young children told one of the rich people of the nearby area, he says, I dare you to find which of these children are boys and which are girls, because they're totally the same. Look at them. They're totally the same. He says, let's make a bet. you won't be able to figure out who is who. And the guest, the rich man, the guest from the nearby neighborhood said, the nearby kingdom said, okay, I'll wager with you. But you have to allow me to choose what activity they're going to undergo. He says, okay, go ahead. He says, see that cistern there? Have them, with their own body, take a sip of water from there. Okay? He says, let's do it. So, what happened was that the girls would take a sip of water, they would take some water in their palm, drink from it, and then they would wipe their mouths carefully with their fingers over their lips. Whereas the boys, who were of course dressed, they were all dressed the same, the boys would take the water, drink the water from their palm, and wipe their mouth with the back of their hand. And that's why you cannot change nature. That's how he took the nearby hegemon from the nearby kingdom was able to tell the difference between boys and girls. That some things are in the nature, you can't do away with them. Anyway, I'll leave a link below for you for this from Neam Harris on your Newswire.